You feel inspired to study, work, to chase your passion. Everything goes the way you would like it to be. Then suddenly you feel overwhelmed. The desired easiness is not there anymore, and the things simply don't go the right way. You wonder how to get back your motivation and readiness to crush your goals. I have found the answer to this question for myself, the best way for me to recharge, and would like to share it with you. But before, we are flying somewhere. This time, it's Palma de Mallorca. As you might have guessed, the answer is traveling. When I travel, I meet new people, new culture, new places, notice new ways of communicating, new ways to live a life, basically. And this change of scenery allows me to look at my life from a completely different angle. It opens my mind and brings a lot of fresh ideas. It doesn't have to be a long journey to change your life. In fact, when I'm traveling more than 2 weeks, all I want is come back home. Everything seems to be the same and the desire to do something meaningful is too big. So the optimal duration of the journey for me is up to 1 week. Traveling also helps a lot to cope with the stress because, well, stress normally is related to the places you are, to the people you are with, and now you're suddenly taken away from it, and you can just completely change what you're thinking about. You can change what your days look like, and that allows you to forget all of the stress that was there. And what helps here a lot, and I guess that's a very important factor if you want to really refresh yourself during your holiday, it's just switching off all of the social media, all of the news, because that's really allow you to disconnect from everything that's happening there and just enjoy a little bit of your own life, your own feelings, your own relax. And here it's very important that you're not distracted by the news, by the social media, because then you're still not in your life, you're in somebody else's life, and it doesn't really free you from everything you have there in your normal life. So the more you disconnect from it, the more you go away from your normal routine and just try something completely different, something that you normally don't do, the more you can really refresh, recharge, and go back and ready to crush all of your goals. Traveling is a great opportunity to grow. During the trips, something can always go wrong, and according to Murphy's Law, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. At the moment, it might seem horrible, but that's exactly what makes you strong. I had some incredible experience last year in Albania where it's like almost every day something very unusual happened and I always needed to cope with it. Like suddenly Google doesn't work at all, so you just don't know where to go, what is the direction, like the only information you get is from A to B, you should walk for 3.5 hours, but that's it, you have no idea which bus to take or how it works at all, and suddenly almost nobody speaks a language you can understand. And under such a situation, you still should find a solution somehow. And once you do it, you realize, yeah, okay, I'm capable of that. So now, from time to time, I remember that and I'm thinking, if I have managed to do that, well, now I'm at home, for example, and it's not such a huge deal. I can cope with it too. So it really helps you to grow. If you are traveling with your partner, traveling could also boost your relationship. It could give you a fresh feeling because, well, once again, when you're in this normal routine, it all seems to be the same, you're tired of it, and yeah, seems like it's very difficult to get some pleasure out of it. But when you're traveling, all of the problems are still there, left in your normal routine, and now you have an opportunity to just relax, and that's, yeah, kind of a fresh feeling for your relationship. And from time to time, I would definitely recommend to do it, to go somewhere together with your partner, and just enjoy your time together. That's my girlfriend. I love her a lot. It's really about you changing your environment and just recharging yourself, somehow boosting yourself to push your limits, and then this feeling is amazing. It's not how many stars your hotel is, it's about how motivated and inspired you are afterwards. Okay, so before I get completely red from this beautiful sun, let me share a few things with you about traveling. If you enjoyed the video so far, I would highly appreciate your like. This channel is all about helping you to improve every aspect of your life. Feel free to subscribe and welcome on board. First of all, the everywhere function. That's the way I happened to be on Palma de Mallorca. It's amazing here, by the way. So the point is, you go to a website like Skyscanner, enter a city you're living or a big city nearby, the date you would like to fly somewhere, and as destination you write everywhere. And then you see where you can fly, starting with the cheapest option. All you need to do is just choose an appropriate one for you, make sure that there is a respective flight back, and enjoy your journey. The moment to buy the flight ticket can also play a big role in terms of the flight's price. From my experience, the best price is around 3 to 6 weeks before the flight. One thing to consider when you're planning the trip is a price-comfort trade-off. Obviously, there is a wide range of options from the very cheap till the impossibly expensive. With every price increase, you might get a little bit more. Better service or more comfort. I always strive for the best balance to get the best value for the affordable price. And with the time, I came to a conclusion that it usually makes sense to pay a little bit more, so I really get the opportunity to relax and refresh myself. Nice. One of the relatively short trips could be an opportunity not to carry your suitcase around, because, well, yeah, it might seem like not a big thing, but it's just a completely different feeling. This easiness, somehow it just feels incredible, and yeah, it's much better. Just believe me, or yeah, maybe you know it yourself, and then write in the comments whether you are agreeing with me or not. I personally feel much better if I don't need to have a suitcase with me. Reviews might be a factor to consider when you choose the accommodation. If a lot of people are pointing to the same thing, it makes sense to take it into account. At the same time, don't be disappointed with a few bad comments. I mean, just remember how often you disagree with other people's opinion. What is good for one person might not necessarily be good for another one. If you feel that that's the place for you, just go for it. And one little thing that might actually spoil your holiday is when you look at the price of the ticket or of the hotel you booked if you already have booked it. I mean, if it's not refundable, there is no practical use in it. You can't change anything. But if you find out that, for example, the ticket for the flight you have bought is now 50 euros cheaper, yeah, chances are you're going to be upset, and that might somehow spoil the feelings of your holiday. The same thing with the hotel, of course. So I would encourage you not to do it. That's a mistake I do from time to time, and I try to avoid it now because, yeah, it's really completely unnecessary. But on the other hand, before you buy it, it might be worth to take a look at the prices, how they change, what new comes into play, so you understand and you can gain some experience of how it works, so you can find the best deal for yourself. And of course, a huge bonus of all of the trips are those memories that are left afterwards. And yeah, you can just take a lot of photos and videos, and sometimes come and you would like to take a look at it, or you just spontaneously notice it, and that's a chance to remember how nice it was. Because, well, when the time passes, of course you're not gonna remember just another day in the office. Rather, you're gonna remember those adventures which you have experienced in your life, and that's definitely worth it. Traveling for people is like charging for phones. It gives you an opportunity to start new.